Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the daily scan for Thursday, September 18th, 2014. Okay, announcements yesterday. Overall, they were pretty good. The Fed said that they're leaving interest rates at zero, but when they do increase them, which they probably never will, it's going to be a steeper curve because they're waiting longer, I guess. I don't know. I have no idea. Anyway, today we have housing starts and jobless claims, both at 8:30 and then at 10 a.m. the Philly Fed survey. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's it for Thursday, and really nothing Friday that has a star on it anyway. So that's a good thing, I guess, right? Okay, let's take a look across the ponds. Asia, mostly bullish, I would say, and it's really kind of erratic, to tell you the truth. And in Europe, bullish across the board. And we'll see as we go take a look at the futures here that they are going to have a pretty good pop as of right now. And gold, oh geez, what is going on? Silver, same thing. Oil is at 93.34, up a tad from what it's been over the last week or so. Okay, don't go anywhere because I have a lesson to teach you. A lesson that I learned yesterday, probably for the 100th time. I keep doing the same dumb things. And one that I want to talk about is trading before 10 a.m. Now, I have a follower that was asking me a question, why not trade at 9:30? Well, over the many, many years, I found that usually the direction of the market is confirmed, I guess you might say, and of underlines is pretty much confirmed by 10 o'clock in the morning. So if the initial push in either direction at 9:30 still holds at 10 o'clock, or if things look like they're turning back the other way, that's pretty much when you can tell that that's going to happen, barring any big announcement or any company saying they're going to split their stock, or being sued by the government, or whatever. So barring any big announcement. So yesterday, we want to take a look here at LinkedIn. Yesterday, if you put an alert on it, I know I had an alert on it, at 9:30 it triggered. So I came and looked at it. We're going to look at this chart here. We're going to pay attention to the intraday chart over here. And I am going to change this to 5 minute. 5 days, 5 minute. Okay, so here's the day in 5 minute chunks. A lot of chunks, isn't it? Okay, now I had an appointment that I had to leave about 9:45 for. So at 9:30, when the alert went off, I had to make I didn't have to make a decision, and I think that's a key word right there, is having to make that decision. I didn't have to. I didn't have to trade yesterday. I could have sat on the sideline. It's a profitable week. Not incredibly so, but it was a profitable week. And it's still going to be a profitable week, but not as profitable because of this trade. But anyway, market opens. This is 9:30. This candle starts at 9:35. And that's when I entered this trade. And actually, I was pretty smug after I entered this trade. Here it is, a 50 delta bull put, if 215. The short was at the 215 and the long was at 2 12.50 or so, whatever it is. And I was feeling pretty smug because it pushed up here. And then the rest of the day came in. And here we were. This candle right here starts at 10 o'clock. This one, right, this red one right here, the one that is highlighted. And if I would have waited until 10, I would have said, there's no way I'm getting in on that. And here's the way the rest of the day went. But I did get out. When I came back from my appointment, I saw what was going on. So I got out. So this happens so often, ladies and gentlemen, that you are going to, unless you want to just ride this beginning part here and then bail using the indicators, this would tell you to get out right here. You may have made a couple of cents on that. But as it is, I ended up losing 51 cents, and I had 2 lots. So it's $102 knock upside the head. Maybe it'll knock some sense into me. So from now on, I don't have to trade. You don't have to trade. Okay? So learn along with me again and again and again. All right, let's start out with the A-plus list here. But before I get into any detail, we had Costco and LinkedIn as alerts. Costco's apparently didn't trigger. Take a quick peek at Costco. No, it did not. So it kept us out of it. That's a good thing. I gotta change this back. Load style, load 78 minute. Here we go. Okay. The only reason why you can use anything you want over here. The only reason why I use 78 minute is because that we're using 1 to 5 time frames here for our indicators. So if you want to trade off of this chart or use it for any sort of confirmation, I rarely do, you would chop the day up into 5 pieces, and that's 78 minutes. And this is a daily, and this is a weekly. So each candle here is 5 from the previous. So each daily candle is 5 of these candles. And for a long time, I didn't even notice it. But yesterday, when I went to the 5-minute chart, I go, why is this starting at 10:30? I don't know what's going on here. Come to find out that, it was starting at 8:30, that I had the wrong time zone on my charts. I never changed it. Somebody changed it. And since Thinkorswim is based in Chicago, I'm assuming that during some release in the past, maybe the latest one, I'm not sure, but it's been kind of bothering me a little bit before. But I think that probably a while back, some release came out and reset that. So anyway, Costco, the alarm didn't trigger. And we had Boeing, Baidu, and Netflix that we'll take a look at as we go through here. So Apple, long story short, didn't quite come down and catch us. We're at, didn't even come below 50 to make it tempting for 20 Delta. So, no go. Don't have to trade. Don't have to trade. Amazon. Amazon. What is Amazon doing? I'm not sure. In the market yesterday, it was sort of a nice day. Amazon did not partake. So, take a pass on that. Boeing, we were looking for a bear call. Didn't quite get us there. This is looking more like a potential 50 Delta, but I just there's no trend here, so we'll stick with the 20. So it's going back on the list for today for a 20 delta. Bear call. And that, of course, would be next week's expiration. Baidu. I missed out on this, really. When I freaked out a little bit when I saw this move down here on the 20 EMA. But it's a little bit quicker reacting than the 50, of course, for two reasons. It's an EMA, and it's less of a time period. So it's looking back fewer candles, only 20, so that's 4 weeks, basically. So it kind of freaked me out. This would have been a good trade, though, barring that. So pay more attention to the 50, and look at the weekly over here. Everything's heading up over there. So that was a missed trade. Now, is it still ripe for a 20? No, I'm not going to do a 20 on it now. It's a little bit too late. We did have it down for a 20 yesterday. All right, Chipotle. I think I'm looking to go, I might want to go long here on Chipotle. We're up. I mean, everything's green except for the 20 here. I think that it might be done. You know, in my mind, it's done here. Of course, you know, my mind doesn't always work very well, but it had a strong finish yesterday, so I'm moving this down here, and I'm making it a 20. So, move down here. I can change my mind. It is in an uptrend. We can't deny that. And this is sort of a bottoming pattern. I mean, the lower wick is higher than the upper. So it just doesn't mean that we're going to get in. But we're definitely going to take a look at it for today. This being Thursday, better find really, really ripe 50 delta trades, or lean more towards 20, because expiration is tomorrow. And that's another thing on expiration day. Been communicating with a friend of mine who also trades options, and we've been talking about Friday of expiration and being in the money on an option contract. And lately, Thinkorswim or TD Ameritrade has been either calling you or emailing you or warning you that you have options that are in the money. And if you have like a 50 delta or any sort of trade with an option that's in the money, be aware that if the underlying, or if the contract expires and you're in the money, you're going to get assigned. And you have no opportunity to exercise the other side of the trade. So in other words, if you are long and short, like with a spread, a vertical spread, and your short is in the money, and you get assigned the underlying, you have no opportunity to exercise your long. But you also have the next day to settle. So if Friday you get assigned, you have Monday to do something about it. And maybe, you know, the underlying might just move in your direction and you end up not being hurt too bad. So I'm just letting you know. Make sure you do something about it, either the day before expiration or the day of. And probably like at the open the day of, or 10 o'clock in the morning, I should say. Okay, 2 lessons here. Chipotle, we're on here for a 20 delta. Costco did not trigger yesterday. It's no longer valid. We're taking it off. We have a violation here. We're removing this. And we're back to normal on Costco. I thought maybe it might continue, but it did not. It didn't show us what it needed to show us. Taking a look at the Dow. New high here on DJX. I think the Dow was at a new high yesterday as well. Gold, I'm not even going to look at that. Google, I'm not sure where Google is going here. We actually have higher highs here. I don't think that this is really valid here, so I'm removing that. I was looking at maybe, this almost looks like a head and shoulders here. Shoulder, head, maybe shoulder, we don't know. It hasn't formed yet. So, no more channels, just looking at moving averages. I would say that our play is down here. We can't deny what we're seeing here. Alright, we already looked at LinkedIn. I don't think that there's any other opportunity there right now. It still could come back. Come to think about it, we don't like it. Well, it's got to be a really good move. So I'm going to re-alert this. I might get in again. But remember, we don't have to trade. Right? So if we get a punch up here, which is going to be a pretty good stretch. Let's take a look at bid and ask here. 210, 215. So it might open at 212. And we're at 216 here with our alert. So it's a stretch. NDX. How am I ever going to check all these boxes before it disappears? We were in here, so I'm going to take this off of here. So we're going to be waiting for the next opportunity. Actually, I could have left that there. Our next opportunity is going to be here. I should have just left that there and slid it over. I didn't. But not ripe right now. NFLX. Yeah, I still gotta have an argument with those guys about drawings. NFLX actually, it's going back on my list for today for a 20 delta because we're still looking here. Didn't show us anything yesterday. We're still looking. Price line. We'll see if it notifies me again or not. So price line, I'm pretty sure we have like a couple of confirmations here that we might be in a new downtrend. So we have the 20 and the 50 on the daily heading down, and we have the 20 on the weekly heading down. So I think this is pretty legit. I'm going to leave it on. It's not alertable, but I'm going to leave it on for a 50 delta setup. It wasn't ready yesterday, but today it's ready. Alright, let's peek at the Russell. Oops, I didn't have to do that, take my hand away. Let's see, Russell is, where are we at here? We're at 45. I can't see the words in here because this chart's too small. Let's see here, where are we at? I can't see that either. And get rid of. It's just giving me where my point is. I have to, there's something that okay, I want to see what this actual close value is here. So let's go and see what's wrong. Show bubble, show title. I think that's why it's not there. Okay, there's still more data over there. Let's bring this a little bit bigger here. Okay, 48.5435. Okay. Let's move this back. Just to make a point, I think, here is to say that we can make this bigger. I don't need the numbers over here. I don't need the numbers in this column on the weekly chart. I just need to see what's going on. And I might want to just zoom in a tad more. There. Okay. Again, Russell heading down. I don't know. We have to wait a little bit longer for it. SPX. Same thing. Let's see, I'm going to put SPX on 20 delta for a bear call. And Visa. That was just a FYI alert that did not trigger. So, not interested in doing anything with Visa right now. We have moving averages converged, zero momentum. Even on the weekly, the moving averages are converging. Blah, 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 blah. So, not interested in Visa at this time. All right, that's it for today. A little bit long, a couple lessons. If I say it to myself enough times, it may sink in. So that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day and happy trading.